Hello, and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. What a start into the US trading day. Well, we had quite a bit of a spike here today. For anybody who doesn't know what was going on, apparently there has been some news about the potential approval of the iShares spot ETF, Bitcoin spot ETF. Certainly fake news as far as I have managed to figure out now. So there was so this news came out apparently on Cointelegraph. I mean, yeah, you can see what kind of effect that can have, right? But then came out that apparently it's fake news and it dumped. So Bitcoin, basically Bitcoin is still in resistance, but you see how volatile crypto can be. So overall, while we have invalidated the immediate downward trend, this is certainly at the moment not bullish. Okay, ETH already is back below its previous lows basically, so it's certainly not bullish. Yes, we have pushed into alternative resistances, but as I explained to you earlier today, the B wave can still extend higher if it needs to. And to be honest, we now have a pretty nice right shoulder of this head and shoulders pattern. I am basically watching for a short setup, which means impulse down. Okay, it's hard to recognize the waves here, but impulse down and maybe corrective reversal to the upside and then basically final dump. It could be the catalyst we need now to basically break down. But yeah, you can imagine how many people were chasing. As I always say, the best strategy to avoid FOMO in these instances is to do just gradual accumulation, have your core position. In the end, nothing happened today, right? We're basically in the same price range that we were at when I made my first video today. It's just that we had a bit of a spike, probably based on fake news. And then we know that news rarely change the trend, okay? There can be a catalyst if an uptrend has started, but they typically just introduce some volatility. Now here you can see the effect of news. It just led to some short-term volatility, at least from what we can see right now. Certainly not bullish with a strong rejection. It helped. I mean, Cointelegraph, if it was really the effect of that, certainly helped some of our coins that we're tracking to reach their targets, like XRP, Litecoin, ADA. Yeah, they all were supposed to do a bit of a rally. Maybe HBAR, I haven't checked that chart since then. And then possibly to dump. So it's something I'm watching for. Bitcoin structure here. Obviously, we had a bit of a warning when Bitcoin already moved into the next resistance earlier today that something was a little bit off. Certainly, that B wave scenario we talked about in the last video eventually played out. But yeah, I mean, this is just sort of some kind of short-term fluctuations in the crypto market. And overall, the scenario hasn't changed. Just the only difference there is now is that the B wave was reset higher. So for a bullish scenario, I mean, you know the routine, you know the routine by now, hopefully, that for a bullish scenario, we need 5 waves up. It would only be possible in a diagonal like this. So we would need a wave 4 and a wave 5. But this move down today, again, comes down too deep for a reliable wave 4. So I very much prefer the yellow wave count still, basically a B wave, but it was reset higher. And now I'm watching for the C wave to the downside, but the micro count was invalidated due to the spike. But so far, the overall situation on the chart hasn't changed. Let's go to the daily chart. It's too early now to add a micro count for yellow C wave down. I will probably do that later. But here you can see the rejection again from resistance. Yeah, Bitcoin got rejected in the daily resistance that we talked about, but likely B was reset higher. And it now gave us a nice looking right shoulder, okay? So for a more bearish scenario, a continuation for the move to the downside, we would need to see basically now 5 waves to the downside in wave C again. So back to square one, basically back to trying to start the C wave, and it would be a 5 wave move, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's sort of what we would need to see. So basically this move down could be the wave 1, but now it's moved too aggressively, so we cannot really recognize the sub waves. If the next move up now is corrective and we stay below today's high, then this is a decent short trade setup to short Bitcoin down into the 22 to 24K region. If Bitcoin can form 5 waves, okay, and it's not just a high B wave, but if we can form 5 waves up, Again, there is no need to FOMO. It should take us to above 31K if it does that. But if Bitcoin manages to do that, then again, we should get that. We can count that as a wave 1 in white, but we should then still get a wave 2 afterwards, a pullback. Okay, so there's typically no reason for FOMO, but you can fight FOMO. You can avoid FOMO entirely if you've got your core position ready. And then if we have surprise rallies like this, you can take some partial profits or whatever is right for you. But yeah, this is the situation. Nothing has really changed. Bitcoin is still in resistance, as you can see here. It might now move a little higher, and then it will be interesting if Bitcoin stays below today's high, because that, again, as I showed you, could just be a 1-2 setup to the downside. It's just very hard due to this short-term volatility to recognize any waves, but it looks like an impulsive bearish reversal here to the downside. So that's all I wanted to communicate, because I know a lot of people are very, very confused what's going on. But basically, this was just a pump and dump, probably just based on a news catalyst, fake news. We'll see if anything else happens today, but certainly not bullish. As I always say, news in crypto, they often lead to reversals. The only question is how quickly it will be. Sometimes if a trend is running, okay, and really bullish news come around, there can be a catalyst for just an acceleration, but this doesn't look like that. Doesn't look like that. But a good example how sometimes the crowd sentiment is more influenced by a single news event. Of course, sometimes happens, but it didn't change the trend at all, not yet at least. So I will focus on that for you, continue to focus on that, but as I said, I'm now rather watching for an impulsive reversal to the downside. Maybe that's, maybe finally some kind of a catalyst actually now from a bearish point of view to bring this thing down finally. We'll see. Certainly some of the altcoins that we've been tracking are now ready to drop, like XRP, as I said, like Litecoin, like ADA, We'll see. It's going to be an interesting day as it seems, and I'll keep you updated. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button. Leave a comment and subscribe, and if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. If you're interested in the membership, check out the links in the description. You will get access to a weekly live stream. You get access to Discord and Telegram, the chat rooms, and also to educational content. And as a gold member, you get access to short-term market updates. So obviously, if I add any wave counts here, any micro counts, any changes, short-term fluctuations, I do update it first on our Signals channel for gold members on Discord and Telegram. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.